Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So have you ever been driving in your car and you come to traffic lights and you see a cyclist in front of you stopped, but they're doing a track stand, and you've wondered to yourself, how did they do that? Well, I'm going to try and show you today. Now, track stands are a really easy skill to master. Once you get the hang of it and once you understand the basics, after you keep practicing and practicing, you'll be able to do it in no time. So first of all, you want to find a nice, quiet, empty road like I have here. Just a quiet, straight country lane. I know there's no cars coming. I can clearly see both ways if there's a car coming. And notice, if I exaggerate, how the road is like that almost. So it's a slight uphill from either side. Now most roads are like this from where I am in the UK. This way it allows the water to run off when it rains into the side to stop it sort of building up on the road. I'm sure it's the same across other parts of the world. But basically we're going to use this little rise to help us with the track stand. First of all, you want to make sure you're in a really easy gear. This way you can make slight adjustments very easily and with very little effort. Alright, now roll in nice and slowly, and we want to stop with our brakes. Now notice how I'm riding, I've got my wheels turned facing into the uphill. This way, if I let go of the pressure on my pedals, I roll back like that, and then if I put the pressure back on, I roll back up. Alright, I'll try and do it again and come a little bit more side on to show you. So you basically want to try and find that balancing point. Now this is where it's important you do it on a slight rise like I am. So if you feel like you're gonna go over to one side, you can just let go of the pressure and you roll back. Car coming. Alright, now we'll change the angle to show you a side-on view. So again, turn your wheel, and you want to sort of lean into the way your wheel's turning slightly, and as you sort of find yourself rolling one way, you just make slight micro adjustments back and forth just to hold your balance, and before you know it, you'll be able to do this super easy, and you'll never need to clip out at traffic lights again. Now when you're learning, doing it on a bit of a camber really does make it a lot easier, but once you sort of master the technique and you find your balance point and you can hit it every time, you can just sort of do it on the flat. So see, I'm doing it now in the middle of the road where it's completely flat, and I can still balance nice and easily here. Another point I want to make is just to try and stay relaxed. You want to have your pedals flat, so that way you can sort of roll backwards and roll forwards and still sort of be able to apply the pressure onto the pedals. Whereas if you like this, it's much more tricky to try and hold yourself in balance. So yeah, just try and stay relaxed, focus on your front wheel, try not to watch anything else, especially if there's any moving cars around. That will really sort of knock your concentration and you'll fall over. But yeah, when you're learning, just go up to a nice small quiet road, then just yeah, keep rolling back and forth, and eventually you'll find your balance point. And then when you get good, you can start doing it like this, one-handed. I've not quite mastered the no hands yet, just one hand. And that is pretty much it. As you can see, it is ultimately a very simple skill. It is all about building your confidence to do it at a traffic lights in a busy high street. But I would only recommend doing that after you've had many practice attempts down a small road, or even on a small climb. If you're on a quiet climb that's not too steep, it is even easier to do it than sort of with the camber of a general road. And that is how I learned myself, just through trial and error, and it didn't take me that long at all. I've not got a track cycling background. I've only ever been on the track once in my whole life, so yeah, it's a super simple thing to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can get out on your bike and learn to do this as well. It is a super cool thing to do. If you turn up to your club run and you're able to do a track stand, they'll like you for that. Alright guys, I'll catch you next time. Bye.